This video, like all my videos, are brought to you by my amazing Patreons along the side. And now that we're past that, because I love you, let's get into this week's video. You may notice something different, that I'm both dressed up kind of weird, and behind me I have a green screen and my Trump wig. You know what that means? It is the State of the Chunion. For all my new subscribers who probably don't know what that means, is when I go over exactly what's happening throughout the year and try and make sure you guys are clued in, that there's no big jumps and you guys go, what happened? This isn't the content I subbed for. Or even just to give you guys a level check on where I'm at in Japanese. I do that every year, usually around the presidents, but I was just beat to hell busy the last month. So we're gonna do it today instead. Normally, I'm sure you guys can see it, we do it with the green screen here. I'll just, there. Now it's as much of an American flag as that's gonna be. And I dress up in as nice of a suit and khakis or whatever as I can, and I do a Trump impression. But what I was realizing, I was filming and the script was funny and everything was fine, but I figure, I mean guys, last year's been exhausting. I can't be the only one who's sick of politicizing everything. All your favorite YouTubers, I'm sure just like me, are making political jokes and claiming it's satire and getting involved when frankly none of us are qualified political pundits. And this is a Japanese channel. It's meant to have fun. It's not meant to be political. It was fun doing the Trump thing until just this whole year of stuff. And I'm exhausted and I don't feel like being political. I just feel like being honest. So as such, we are gonna move into my living room and have a bit more of a candid conversation about what the hell is happening with the channel. Maybe I'll do it in my dining room. We'll do the dining room. It's hard to tell. It might be a little crooked. Worst case it is, whatever. I want to tuck this. That's fine. This year was amazing. We did so much cool crap this year. I hit 9,000 kind of, I think at the end of last year nearly. We're really close to 10,000 subs. My goal was 1,000. I never thought I would hit 10K, and then it came up on me really quick. So we're 500 away from that. As for goals this year, because we'll start with channel stuff and then we'll move on to language learning stuff. I think if I can hit 10K by April, I'm gonna be massively happy. And that's not some sort of goal to get you guys to, you know, hey, let's go get this to 1,000 likes. Let's see. It's not like that. What I'm telling you is my back end goals, the things that I want to do, just for the effort that I've put into the channel. These are things that I'm trying to do on the back end. So it's not necessarily a call to action on your guys' part. I mean, the channel grows on its own and naturally, but I'm gonna try my best to get it to 10K by April. And then by the end of the year, I don't know, 12, 13,000. I would be so stoked for 12 or 13,000 subs, honestly. I also think right now my YouTube videos are getting like, on average, 5,000 views. That's if you look at all the videos across my channel and you average it out. I think I have like 5,000 per video on average. I'd like to get that to 8, but again, that's something I mean, it's not like other people can just rewatch and get it up like that. I like organic growth. So that's gonna be a task on my part, is figuring out how to grow my audience to 10K by April, 13K probably by December, and then also how to get them engaged enough to make my average video view 8K. I think that's a pretty good, probably pretty lengthy, but a good achievable goal this year. All right, we'll get to language. If I think of anything else, we'll go back to channel stuff. It's been a great year. I took the N2. I would have passed all 3, or I guess it might have been 4. No, it's 3 portions, except I missed 1 by 1 point, which is good. It means I'm on the right track and I know what I'm doing. This month was actually the 4th year anniversary of my Japanese studies and the 3rd year anniversary, I don't know why I forgot that, the 3rd year anniversary of YouTube. So it's been a big month in February, and I'm kind of glad I'm doing this now. So I have about 6,880 words, I think, known on Memrise, but that's only the stuff that I've artificially had to put in. There's a lot of stuff I've learned just living in Japan. So I'd say on top of that, probably 1,000 additional, which for 4 years ain't bad. That's an average of about 2,000-ish a year. So I'm quite proud of that. As for the end of the year, for words, I would like to know 9,090. That's a stretch. I'm gonna have to work hard for that, especially since I started grad school this year in January. So we'll see. I'd like to get there, but who knows? Kanji-wise, this year had my last big push of kanji that I'm really striving for. I went from, I think, 800 last year to 15 this year by the end of it. Most of my friends in Japan that are Japanese only know 1,000. So my goal was just to learn the first kind of 1,000 you learn in elementary school, because that's 99% of what you see throughout the day. I got to 15 just to be safe, because I wasn't doing JLPT kanji lists, so I wasn't sure about frequency and which ones would show up. My goal this year, honestly, I'm not going to be studying kanji. As long as I can maintain my kanji knowledge and I don't lose it, I want to stay right where I'm at because I am able to pass the N2 with the amount of kanji I know, with their meanings and readings. Grammar, I'm sure you guys know all the grammar things I did. I did Genki 1 and 2, and then I did Chukyu, was it A Iko, which is like a pre-intermediate book, Chukyu Manobo, which is an intermediate book, an integrated approach to intermediate Japanese, and then the final one I did was a intermediate dictionary of Japanese grammar or something like that. I did a review of it if you guys saw it, and all of that led to that N2 test. Because I'm in school now, I have to be very smart about how I study because I have to read a lot and I have to write papers, but I'm not going to give up on Japanese by any means. Japanese is the primary focus of my life. So what I'm basically trying to do is just pass the N2 this year. That's all I'm worried about. I have enough grammar to pass, but I would like to compound it. So what I'm doing now is I'm studying grammar only in between semesters. So I should have about 4 months of solid new grammar study. And then during school semester, all I do is review and use. That should get me a few extra points on the grammar sections during the test next year, which should give me hopefully a passing grade. For listening practice, I listen to TV shows and dramas most of the time. I haven't been able to talk to my friends. All of us are growing up. We're all becoming adults. I'm 24 this year. So they all have work and jobs and girlfriends. One of them just got engaged. Shaka, bro, good for you. He's actually a YouTube buddy of mine. I won't give out his name because he probably wouldn't like me shouting out personal stuff like that to strangers on the internet. But we're all growing up, and I can't talk to them as much as I did on like Skype and stuff. So I'm having to supplement, which for me includes Netflix, Amazon, and Japanese YouTubers. And I try and get a spread of things. You don't want things that are just anime because it's not easy enough and it's not realistic talk. You want realistic talk, but you also want to understand maybe business conversation or how documentaries are spoken. I'm trying to make it as well-rounded as possible, so I listen to those as well. Comprehension-wise, the easier it is, the more I understand. Anime, most everything, depending on the anime. Documentaries, 60-70%, kind of depends. I mean, if I'm listening to a physics lecture, it's gonna be way less than if it's just somebody talking about, having a normal conversation at like a McDonald's. So that kind of varies. I do feel pretty good about listening. My thing is if I can just get like 70%. If I can understand 70% of what's being said or spoken or inflected, I can usually fill that 30% in from context. I'm pretty good at figuring out how to tell what that missing information is without needing a dictionary, which is sweet. Also for music, for some reason, some of it's stupid easy now. There's some music that I can hear, I've never heard it before, and I'll understand every word, but some of it, the things that really jack me up are idioms, I found out. I kind of narrowed down the things that I'm like, what the hell is he saying? Because I might know all the words in the sentence, but I might mess up the idiom. The stuff that I listen to, a lot of the times has idiom, because I listen to a lot of rap, metal, punk music in Japanese, and that stuff has a lot of idioms for some reason. It's kind of the same with reading. It depends on the reading. Manga's pretty much every word. Depends on the manga, but pretty much everything. I can read novels without really any help. It depends on the novel, but the vast majority of the lower level novels are totally okay. Higher level novels are actually really okay too, surprisingly. I might need a dictionary for full context, probably 5 words a page if I'm really struggling. But reading, I'm doing probably the best at. I guess I'll explain a little bit about the channel too while I have your guys' attention. Which, by the way, there's a ton of new you guys. Howdy. Welcome back. I'm sorry this is a boring video and probably not what you subscribed for, but it's important every year. I try to make one of these so I don't have to make these constantly. You know those YouTubers that like all the time change they can't keep a consistent schedule and they change up their content so much so they have to make announcement videos on stuff they're starting and stopping all the time. And it's like, look, you don't need to tell me what you're doing all the time. Just make sure I'm aware of your plan once ahead of time and then just make the stuff, because then I'll know. So that's what this video is. I make it once a year so that way I don't have to freaking update you guys throughout the year with stupid things. But I'm keeping the Wednesday videos on, but I'm actually, I want to keep the Wednesday videos essentially the same. Wednesday will stay the same in that when I'm in America, I do my studio videos, and then when I'm in Japan, I do show you guys like cultural insights, but I want it to be things that you're probably not going to find on other channels. Stuff like the Japanese style of fishing, the traditional one, or like spear boar hunting with some farming friends that invited me to go that live a bit south of me in Japan. They have a farm overrun by boars and you can't shoot them, but you're allowed to spear them for some reason. So just crazy, weird, and wild things about Japan that you're not gonna get on a travel channel and you're not gonna get probably through normal Japanese YouTubers. Keeping up with the streams, I am always advancing the set. So this year, I am going to be expanding it. I'm gonna change to a standing rig, so that way I'm not sitting down and it's gonna be pushed farther away to give it more depth. I'm also gonna do, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, a 10-hour live, that's right, 10-hour live stream. Which reminds me, I do have a podcast. I put it out last year. We're gonna continue this year. We are almost at 100 subs. So if you guys are watching this, go down below, or I don't know, even in my channel, look up the Wicked Miscreant Podcast. That's us. You can find us there, subscribe. It would mean a tremendous amount to me. It is a comedy D&D podcast. It's not about Japan. It is just funny and with some of the funniest people I've ever played with, and it's unique and it strikes the imagination, and it'll probably make you regret playing it out loud because we say things that are definitely not appropriate to be played in public. I mean, besides that, that's really about it. I'm keeping on with what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it better than I did last year, better than the year before, have better equipment than I've ever had. And I like polish, but I don't want to sacrifice polish for like an actual connection with you guys. So I still do videos like this. So if you guys like this video, like it down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments about the future of the channel, now's the time to let me know. Let me know in the comments down below if there's something you're like, Chad, no, I can't. I don't want this. There's too much change. Just be sure to tell me in the comments down below. If you guys like, you probably won't like this video, but I advise you check out my other videos. I do videos all about Japan, Japanese culture, my life over there. But I'm excited about it, and I want to take you guys with me. If that sounds interesting at all to you, please consider subscribing. It's free. You'll get all these videos delivered to you. I don't ask anything in return. However, if you would like to return the favor, there's a couple big things you can do. One big thing is share my channel. That's how I'm going to hit that 10K, and that's how my channels continue to grow. If you know anyone that is studying Japanese, interested in Japan, or anything that you think any of my videos might hit a note with them. Maybe they're a fly fisherman, I don't know. Post it on social media. That helps Google show people that my channel is worth showing to other people, so it ranks me higher in search. Also check out Zimkara Rod Co. It's actually a Japanese fly fishing rod, a specific type of rod they have there called Tenkara, in English at least. And I import them to help me kind of reimburse myself for what happened in the adpocalypse. I lost my ass on that. So me and my dad started this business of importing these rods. We actually sold half of everything that we first imported in a month, which I'm so grateful for. So if you guys want to check that out, it's a great way to support this channel. Link in the description down below. Another great way, and probably one of the better ways you could do it just because of percentages, is Patreon. For as little as $1, you guys get exclusive deals and awards, shout outs, all sorts of fun stuff. I appreciate you. Be kind to one another, and I don't know, don't be a dick unless it's required.